Getting on with our positional rankings, today we're going to be hopping into the top 10 right fielders. And I know I said a ton of these other positions were really talented, but right field is by far the most talented position. This was a very hard list to make. But anyways, let's hop right into these rankings. Coming in at number 10, I have Mike Yastrzemski of the San Francisco Giants. Yastrzemski started out his big league career with two very productive seasons, but he didn't play too well last year. He played in 139 games where he hit .224 with 25 home runs, 71 RBIs to go along with a 768 OPS and a 2.5 WAR. On top of that, he's a pretty solid defensive right fielder. He has a decent amount of speed with a good arm out there, so all in all, he's not going to hurt you. Over the past couple seasons, Yastrzemski has been one of the more important offensive bats in San Francisco's lineup, and I expect that to continue next season. I think he's going to bounce back and have a productive campaign. Yastrzemski is all in all a very solid player for San Francisco, and I have him coming in at number 10. Coming in at number 9, I have Alex Verdugo of the Boston Red Sox. Verdugo was one of LA's top prospects before he was a centerpiece in the Mookie Betts trade, which brought him to Boston a couple years back. He actually had a very good season his first year in Boston. He finished 12th in the AL MVP voting. And while last year Verdugo did take a little bit of a step down from his 2020 performance, I still am a big believer in Verdugo. He's only 25 years old and he's entering his prime. Last year he played in 146 games where he hit .289 with 13 home runs, 63 RBIs, 6 stolen bases to go along with a 777 OPS and a 2.2 WAR. And while Verdugo has never won a Gold Glove in his career, he is very good over there in right field. He makes a lot of solid plays for Boston defensively. So Verdugo has been a little bit up and down up to this point in his career, but like I said before, he's still only 25 years old. He's entering his prime, and I have confidence in him going forward, and I have him coming in at number 9. Moving on at number 8, I have Mitch Haniger of the Seattle Mariners. Haniger put together some very productive campaigns before missing all of 2020 with numerous injuries. And it seemed to be that a lot of people simply forgot about Haniger and how good he was before the injuries. People were doubting Haniger heading into this 2021 season for good reason, but Haniger showed up and proved them wrong. He had arguably his best season where he played in 157 games where he hit .253 with 39 home runs, 100 RBIs to go along with an 804 OPS and a 3.1 WAR. Defensively, Haniger's okay. He's not amazing because of all those injuries, so you can't expect him to be a Gold Glove caliber right fielder, but he's also not going to hurt you out there. Moving on at number 7, I have Nick Castellanos of the Cincinnati Reds. Castellanos had what was probably his best season in the big leagues up to this point, as he was named to his first All-Star team and finished 12th in the NL MVP voting. All in all, Castellanos played in 138 games where he hit .309 with 34 home runs, 100 RBIs to go along with a 939 OPS and a 3.2 WAR. So offensively, this guy can really do it all. He can hit for power, he can hit for average. He is a great middle of the lineup type of hitter. He's going to drive in a ton of runs for you. The only knock with Castellanos is his defense. He's not really too good over there in right field. So he's really not the best fielder, but when you take into account just how good this guy is offensively, it makes up for it. As we stand right now, Castellanos is a free agent, so whoever lands him is going to get one of the better offensive right fielders in the game. I think he's an amazing pickup for whoever gets him, and I have him coming in at number 7. Moving on at number 6, I have Kyle Tucker of the Houston Astros. In my opinion, Kyle Tucker is a really, really good player that does not get the respect that he deserves. It seems to me that no one pays attention to this guy because he is in an Astros lineup that includes players like Jose Altuve, Yordan Alvarez, and Carlos Correa. But Tucker is just about as good as it gets in right field. I think you could make the argument that he's the best offensive player on that team. Last year, Tucker had a career year in which he played in 140 games where he hit .294 with 30 home runs, 92 RBIs to go along with 14 stolen bases, a 917 OPS, and a 5.7 WAR. To go along with that, he's pretty solid defensively. He has a cannon out there in right field, and while he's not the fastest player in the world, he does have good range. Kyle Tucker is really one of my most favorite players in the game today. I'm a big fan of him. I think he's super underrated, like I said before, and I have him coming in at number 6. Getting on to the top 5, at number 5, I have Mookie Betts of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Now, the fact that Mookie Betts is number 5 on this list shows you just how talented right field is, because before last year, Mookie Betts was most definitely a top 5 player in all of baseball. Last year, he played in 122 games where he hit 264 with 23 home runs, 58 RBIs to go along with 10 stolen bases, an 854 OPS, and a 4.2 WAR. Betts is a 5-time All-Star, a 5-time Gold Glove Award winner, a 4-time Silver Slugger, and he's finished top 2 in the MVP voting 3 separate times, where he won the MVP back in 2018 with Boston. So this guy is an amazing all-around player. As I said, the 5 Gold Gloves, this guy is just amazing defensively. He makes highlight reel play after highlight reel play. He has an absolute cannon of an arm to go along with great range and an amazing glove. So while he did have that off season last year, Mookie Betts is still an absolutely amazing player. He's a clear-cut top 10 player in all of baseball. He is an extremely important piece for LA going forward, and I have him coming in at number 5. At number 4, I have Aaron Judge of the New York Yankees. Judge, similar to Betts, is an MVP caliber player all around. Not only is he an amazing offensive player, but defensively he is very good as well. He's never won a Gold Glove in his career, but year in and year out, he seems to come close to the top of the leaderboard in terms of defensive WAR. Now offensively, Judge last year played in 148 games where he hit 287 with 39 home runs and 98 RBIs to go along with 6 stolen bases, a 916 OPS, and a 6.0 WAR. He was named to his 3rd All-Star team, and he finished 4th in the MVP voting and also won a Silver Slugger award. Just a couple years back in his rookie season, back in 2017, he had 52 home runs where he won the Rookie of the Year, was named to the All-Star team, and basically got robbed of the MVP award by Jose Altuve. Judge is a legitimate MVP candidate year in and year out. He's an amazing player, and I have him coming in at number 4. At number 3, I have Bryce Harper of the Philadelphia Phillies. Harper is all around an amazing player who is coming off of his 2nd NL MVP award last year. He played in 141 games where he hit 309 with 35 home runs, 84 RBIs to go along with 13 stolen bases, a league-leading 1044 OPS, and a 5.9 WAR. He also led all of baseball with 42 doubles, a 615 slugging percentage, and a 179 OPS plus. To go along with that, Harper provides solid defense in right field. He can make some spectacular plays out there and also has an above-average arm. And if you don't know how valuable Harper really is, just take a look at the Philadelphia Phillies last year. Towards the middle of the season, Philadelphia looked dead in the water. It looked like they really didn't have too much playoff hopes, but Harper almost single-handedly carried them to the postseason. Harper looked as good as ever last year, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him perform just as good, if not better, next year as he gets more comfortable in Philadelphia. He's one of the more fun players to watch in baseball today. He's an absolute stud, and I have him coming in at number 3. Moving on, at number 2, I have Ronald Acuna of the Atlanta Braves. Acuna is still only 23 years old, and it seems crazy to me that this guy has not won an MVP yet. He nearly had a 40-40 season as a 21-year-old back in 2019, where he had 41 home runs to go along with 37 stolen bases. Last year, he did get injured as he only played in 82 games due to a torn ACL, but in those 82 games, he looked every bit of an MVP candidate. He hit 283 with 24 home runs, 52 RBIs to go along with 17 stolen bases, a 990 OPS, and a 3.6 WAR. Defensively, he's pretty solid. He's not an amazing Gold Glove caliber defender out there, but I wouldn't be surprised to also see him win some Gold Gloves. But he's a very athletic player. When he's on the field, he's going to provide you with some great defense in right field. But offensively, this guy is just on another level. Like I said before, he nearly had a 40-40 season as a 21-year-old. So even with the torn ACL recovery this offseason, I still wouldn't be surprised to see him come back this year and be a legitimate MVP candidate. I think Acuna is going to win multiple MVPs throughout his career. He's clearly one of the most talented and exciting players to watch in the game today, and I have him coming in at number 2. Moving on at number 1, the best right fielder in the game today, I have to go with Juan Soto. I feel like I've said this a million times. This guy is just so advanced at such a young age. It is just unbelievable. Last year, he had far more walks than strikeouts, as he had 145 walks to only 93 strikeouts. If that doesn't speak to just how good of an offensive player Juan Soto is, then I don't know what will. Last year, he played in 151 games where he hit 313 with 29 home runs, 95 RBIs to go along with 9 stolen bases, a 999 OPS, and a 7.1 WAR. And as I said before, he had 145 walks, which led all of baseball, and he also led all of baseball with a .465 on-base percentage. He was named to his first All-Star team, and he also finished 2nd in the National League MVP voting, only behind Bryce Harper. Now, defensively, Juan Soto is not the best. He's obviously not a liability out there in right field, but he's still so young, and I have faith in Juan Soto to improve on his defense going forward as he gets into his prime. Soto is just an amazing player. Any team in baseball would love to have him on their team. You could make the argument that he's honestly even the best player in baseball, up there with Mike Trout. So yeah, Juan Soto is an amazing player. I have him coming in at number 1. So there you have it, my top 10 right fielders in baseball today. Let me know your thoughts down below where you agree or disagree. And as always, if you guys do enjoy the content, feel free to subscribe. I'm going to continue to post a lot more videos here as we head closer to the 2022 season. And lastly, I want to thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.